I'm streaming to the. I don't know if you have the actual, how you call it. This is the link to the YouTube, so you can see it live. In case, just in case I won't see it. I don't want to be upset. what will be there? And basically, I will now share this link on Twitter and just invite everybody to join if somebody wants to.
Okay, that's cool.
And then we can discuss the stuff. So.
I think there's a bit of delay.
There should be a delay. There should be a delay because it's impossible to have it without the delay. There will be delay between us actually talking and how the video is translated to the YouTube, but it shall not be a delay between, for example, the sound and the video. So do you experience a delay between the sound and the video also, or just between the actual us talking and the video on YouTube? You will see it.
There should be a delay because fine. Yeah, it's synchronized.
Synchronized, okay. So I'm then sharing the link. You can also share it in your Twitter if you want.
Cool. Yeah, first time doing something live, but it's pretty nice.
Yeah, I'm loving it because what I actually, so I've tweeted the link. Let's see what we have if somebody joins us, because this is interesting. I have never done something like this before also. So let me see. I will just reply to the tweet that I made. So yeah, and this is practically the setup for Stack on Fire, and how I will be having my guests and interview them. This software is called Ecamm Live. It's recently got the update for the interview mode on the 1st of October. Today is 2nd of October. So it's one day released feature, and I have already bought the pro version of Ecamm for a year to try it out. Interestingly enough, the Ecamm Live also offers only 250 hours of interview hours. So if you want to go beyond that, you will need to pay for each additional 20 hours, I think $15. So this is pretty interesting pricing model. If you are doing interviews and those are going quite successfully, they will charge you for more every time that you buy another batch of 20 hours of interviews. For the price, and pretty awesome from their side.
Yeah, that's a good example when you really focus on your audience and you come up with some more, let's say, kind of innovative pricing strategies. That's something that I see a lot. Like, and also with the course that I'm building, I had an interview before I joined the live stream with a fellow developer, and we're discussing like about how to release like all the parts of the course, and we're discussing about releasing some episodes every Friday, let's say, and really follow some kind of Netflix approach. And it's interesting to see that, yeah, he liked more this idea instead of just having a huge list of episodes to watch, and how, yeah, you can actually innovate when you just talk with people and try to think in an unconventional way, not just follow the same practice. And it's the same with Ecamm and the pricing strategy.
I can't say I was really happy about this kind of pricing, because I thought when I was buying the the Ecamm for a year, I thought it was okay. Yeah, I'm buying it and I will be able to utilize all the functions for the period of the year. But then when I entered it, I was a little bit like surprised, a little bit frustrated. But then I thought like 25 or 250 hours of interviews is really a lot. Basically, one interview is always like around 1 hour, right? And that's like almost 250 interviews. If I manage to do that in a year, then probably the whole podcast and Stack on Fire is successful enough. So it's really something not to worry about, and basically it will mean a success if I need to pay for another batch of 20 hours. So this is pretty funny.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's more that there's a very direct relationship between the value that you get and the price that you pay, let's say.
Yeah, there is Martin commenting. Do you see the comments, by the way, as the guest of the live cast? The YouTube comments that people post. Do you see them in this? Because I don't know what your interface looks like, and I see that now Martin has posted something, and Martin is my colleague from work.
Sweet.
He's really an awesome person, rockstar developer, I would say. I learned a lot from him, and that's really awesome that he jumped in to check what we are doing here.
Nice.
And I think that the whole, like the overall setup is going pretty well. The sound quality from your side, from my side, I think it's quite okayish, or shall be okayish. I will see when we stop going live what will be the end result, and what is the file which is generated afterwards, so I can play with the soundtracks and the video tracks, if they're separated, if they're one single track for everything. Because if they're separated, then it means that I can edit both, and it will mean a lot. So this is also pretty interesting topic that I want to know. And also I got the lights, so I can also test the lighting setup. I will just move my blinds and see if it's working well or not. I hate this Wi-Fi blinds. Have to wait for lots of time for them to work. Done. So now my room shall become super dark. And then I will check out the lights. So now my video shall be lagging a lot because of the exposure. And now my lights go. And and here I am with the lighting setup and controlling them from the Elgato Stream Deck. So this will be probably the overall setup that I will be using, because all the interviews will be more or less close to the evening. So we can cover both like European time zones and American time zones, some of them. So I'm still figuring out the timing for the podcast. But overall, I'm pretty much enjoying my dark setup also. It looks not very nice because I still need to play with the lights. The lights are okayish. I mean, in terms of how they are set up now, but the actual level, I think I need to somehow adjust it, because now, for example, I have this like huge light zone on my forehead. So this is
too strong, true.
Yeah, this is too strong, and I don't know how to like really adjust it so it's better. So I've been playing it for 1 hour already when I got them, and still it's hard to get to the right point where you are sure that this is something that is working. But I will need to play with it.
Nice.
You are streaming from the iPad, right? Or
I have the iPad Pro just in front of my screen.
So basically, the link that I sent to you, it's not an application; it's a website.
I can take a screenshot actually quickly to send it to you.
Yeah, just send me a screenshot in Telegram, or can you share the screen also?
I don't I'm not sure.
This is interesting. If the guest of the interview can share his screen with the audience, because
Actually, no. Let me check on the settings, but I think that no. No, you can only take like what camera you use and what microphone, and that's it. And there is a small button for the sidebar to see the income message.
okay, awesome. So yeah, probably it will be interesting to talk with somebody who is on desktop, what they will have, if the interface will be different from the like iPad Safari and like let's say desktop Chrome. But I would expect the interviewing software to be able to screen share, because this is something that probably important for coders, designers also, product builders. Maybe they will be able to show the product to the audience when they are being interviewed. So I would say this would be helpful at least. So I will definitely check that out in the Ecamm. And what I wanted to say that in your case, you are almost always looking into the camera of the iPad, which makes it feel like you are talking with me directly, because I'm sitting here on the other side and you are looking at me. And for me, it's really hard to go in the webcam because I'm too used to looking into the keyboard or the screen when I'm speaking with somebody live. And this is
exactly.
And this is super hard to readjust to. But I think do you think it's better when I'm looking into the camera? So does it feel more personal, like I'm talking with you, or like this is better when I'm talking with you?
Yeah, the things like, because I've seen many interviews, like I'm used to I'm used to this kind of thing, like where people do not really look at the camera, but it always feels nice to look at the camera because it feels that they're looking to you in a way, and not now I can feel that you just look at the screen, but if you look at the camera, it feels like that they're looking.
So you suggest cool. that when I talk, I should do something like this. So I should look directly into my webcam camera. Yeah, I already I was testing the Ecamm, I was getting this sort of idea that I should look into the camera more, and this would mean more personal, conversation with the person, and not just staring into the screen or staring somewhere to the side, and this always looks strange to me. So I think this is pretty valid point and pretty valid feedback that I should do that. I've read about it actually. People are reluctant to do that because they don't see the other person. And what you need to do...
Exactly, I have the same.
And what you need to do, actually, you need to catch the person with the peripheral vision. So you are looking into the camera of your streaming setup, let's say, whether it be iPad camera or webcam like I have now. So this is also the room to growth and improvement. If everything will be going well with the interviews, I will obviously be changing to the DSLR cam to improve the quality of the image. But I think now the webcam is pretty good. And generally the picture quality, it can produce is 4K. I don't know what it actually produces because it's definitely not 4K. I really doubt it that it can do that better.
Mine, is it clear enough? Because the iPad Pro, the fun thing is like the front camera is really really good when I do FaceTime calls.
It's awesome. I think generally I've been trying this Ecamm to interview a couple of people already, and it was with Skype setup. So Ecamm previously offered you to interview people via Skype. So this new feature basically removes this lock to the Skype, so you don't need to use Skype anymore. You can use Ecamm native solution to the interview. So you just send the invite link, and it was pretty easy, right? I just sent you an invite link and you are already in the call and we can discuss anything what we want to discuss live.
Yeah, it was super direct. You just open the link.
Yep. Exactly, in the web browser. So you don't even need to install anything, correct?
Yeah.
Yep. And this is useful because before I had this feeling like, okay, if I invite the guest and then for every guest I need to ask them to install Skype, to register in Skype if they are not using it, right? And this is the friction which is there, and people don't like friction, whether it be the interviewee, whether it be just a random person jumping into the stream. It should be like one click and you are ready to watch, to speak, to discuss, etc. So I think they done pretty good job with this Ecamm feature to allow direct interviews.
Doing Zoom calls is harder. Like just a regular video call with Zoom. It's more painful.
Definitely.
And now it's like a live stream. So.
Yes. And to finish what I've been saying, the quality, you mentioned the quality of your image. It's really good. So I really love how how it behaves, and it's really better than other people with webcams, which I interviewed on Skype already. So yours is pretty awesome with an iPad. Hey Scott.
Yeah.
So Scott is there.
Nice.
Nice. StreamYard. This is something I will look at for sure. I will just go through StreamYard. Okay. I will go through all the commands and see what people suggest. And of course, if something is better than Ecamm for the interviews, I will for sure switch, because I'm just trying out stuff. This was the first thing that like rang a bell to me that was okay. This seems nice and pretty legit to use for the interviews. So I don't want to have interviews with many people. It will be just around me, maybe maximum 2 other people. Like for example, we are doing now with Jim. So I will definitely check the StreamYard. But for now, Ecamm looks also pretty decent and easy to set up for both parties. So for me and for Jim, it was easy to set up. So yeah, thanks for the suggestion.
Nice.
So how are you doing generally with your stuff? Did you move forward? Tell me.
With the course, yeah, I had an interview today with a fellow indie hiker, where I did some kind of mom test interview, and no, it wasn't really the mom test style. I mainly asked him what he would like to see in the course and what format. And yeah, I received some really nice feedback, and it's really cool. Like the course, like building a course always feels like, it's super easy. Like it's a no-brainer. Like you just record some videos and then you put them online and that's it. But a course, I think it's one of the best kind of products to start with when you start building businesses, because the thing that I realized is that the complexity is lower, and that building a course it may be less complex than building a SaaS product, but it's complex enough for the first product if you're new into the whole indie hiking thing. And it's also really nice because the course is a product that it's going to educate people. And this way you have to make sure that your whole communication is going to be better, that you're going to tell the story that you want to tell in the best way possible. So you improve. Something that I see is that I improve my communication skills more and more by building this product. So yeah, building courses is really has many deeper things. I see that you improve your communication skills, your educational skills, like the way that you actually discuss with people and receive feedback. And so far it's going pretty well. My goal for next week is to have a landing page live and see what are the reactions. So yeah, I hope it's gonna happen. It's always painful to get something
Generally the courses they can be different, because I have the experience of producing the video courses, and mainly on the platforms like Egghead and Scrimba. And what I can say from my own experience is that producing the video course on Egghead is generally less friction than anything else, because there you are free to choose your own style and you are free to choose your way of recording stuff, right? It has guides, it has the guidelines which you shall adhere to, but overall you are free to record. But on Scrimba, for example, you are already more guided by the platform, and it tells you that you need to be encouraging to the audience. You have to make them feel like they learn a lot. They actually learn a lot from Scrimba, but you have to translate that to the audience. That always encourage them, because mainly they are beginners. And what can I say from recording the video courses? It's for sure more friction than recording just audio course or writing the info course via the email or text. Because video, you have to make it look decent in terms of screencast. So if you are doing the screencast and showing some code, for example, you always have to make this screencast look great, decent. And if you are doing the audio one, you basically don't have this component anymore. And you can speak, and it's easier to cut down the speaking part and then doing it with the video. And it goes even easier for the text courses, because there you are basically free to cut out, edit things out, and change anything at any time in the production phase, right? It's harder for the video courses. So I would say if you want to start your first course, always go with something like blog posts. This is the good start to really see if it scratches the itch of the audience. And then you can go for something like audio course, which is already harder to do than the blog posts and some text courses. And then if that goes well, you can translate to the video courses, which is not for sure a golden bullet. You don't need to follow this advice 100%. If you want to record the video course, if you want to do a video course straight ahead, do the video course, and you will just experience some friction and troubles, and it will be hard in the beginning. But as you are improving your process, your lessons in the course will be easier and easier and easier to record. This is something that I've learned from my own experience recording the stuff and courses, and I think this is something that many people can relate to. So recording stuff and doing it once again and once again and once again just makes the whole stuff easier. So if today you spend 1 hour for record 15 minutes video, in 10 days after doing it incrementally every day, you will spend 20 minutes doing 15 minutes video.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, for my experience, with the audio, I just have practiced a bit my office and nothing more really than that. At this phase, I'm more into the content outline, but I'm also curious to see how it's gonna feel like recording the course. And there are so many anxieties at first that my English pronunciation is not the best. I'm not a native English speaker and so on. So there's always about when it comes to creating content, even just simple tweets on Twitter, there is always so much stress at the beginning that I don't really have the quality standards that I think that I need to have, let's say. And then it's something from my personal experience, I fall into the trap of looking at what others do and really compare my everything with theirs, how they structure the course, their copywriting skills, their pronunciation they may have if it's a audio lesson, the video equipment, everything. And I think that's the worst trap to fall into, because then you also lose your style. And regarding the audio course, because I'm gonna do it with Avid FM, I was talking with Charlotte, which is the founder of Avid, and she was saying to me that the cool thing with an audio lesson is that you can actually build more emotion. For example, when I'm talking to you, I can emphasize on something way easier than typing something. If it was, let's say, an article, it's harder to emphasize on something compared to speaking to you. And at the same time, the audio lesson has all the good parts of video in terms of communication. And at the same time, it's super simple to produce, because a good audio lesson is more like a friendly chat that you would have with a friend, let's say. You don't really have to make it complex and really read something from your screen for the audio lesson. That was her main advice, that you should have more of a free kind of format and just have some bullet points as the main topics that you want to talk about, and then just go for it and start talking and getting your thoughts out. So I'm curious to see how it's gonna be the first episode of the course.
I think you should focus more on not looking at these native speakers who record the lessons either on video or on YouTube, because there are plenty of people who have perfect English, who are obviously the native speakers who speak so well. Not even the accent, I would say, but the quality of speech itself, right? The mastery of talking, like the sound, the voice, the diaphragm sound, all this kind of stuff. But I would say rather look into the other examples of amazing people who are still doing the content and who are not native speakers. I can name you a couple of those. First would be the Maximilian. He's doing the courses on development, and I think he's a German guy, and he also has some accent, and he has been criticized for the accent. But anyways, the quality of the courses that he makes, the quality of the content what he makes, like it's out of this world, and many people learn from him, and many people just get jobs just from watching his courses. Who then cares about the accent of the guy? Another people who are in the same cohort are Florin Pop and Catalin Pete. Those are Romanian guys. Of course, they have some sort of funny accent, which I also have because I have Russian accent in English. But still, they produce the amazing content, both video content where they talk and the text content where they write something. And like, you should be inspired by those examples where people are not afraid saying, I'm having accent, but this doesn't stop me from producing something, and it will not stop me in the future. I will just improve my accent, I will speak, and it will become better. So this is something that you should focus on if you want to pursue this path, and I bet you will do it. Like, you will do it with flying colors if you will continue talking.
Yeah, thanks for the tip, man. Yeah, I totally agree. It's also good advice. Like, try to find successful people that are closer to you and your background. For example, I come from Greece, so I also have this. Like, if you listen to Greek or Spanish people, would say they have similar kind of pronunciation. And yeah, it's actually this thing. Just find people with a similar background that are successful. Then, if you want to compare yourself with somebody, just compare it with those, and not really just debates.
With somebody you can relate to, for sure. Awesome. Stas commented. Stas is another awesome person who I met on Twitter.
Sweet.
And he is really rocking the scene because he set the goal to be a developer or become a developer this year and switch to developer job. And he was doing all the best of the effort he could to do that. And he actually achieved that goal. So he switched from the position in his company to development position. And huge admiration to Stas for doing that. He's really awesome. He reaches out to people and teaches them a lot also. Helps junior developers to find jobs. So
that's super cool,
kudos to him. Yeah, he's really an awesome person.
Definitely.
You should subscribe to him on Twitter.
Nice. Yeah, definitely. We'll do. Yeah, it's super inspiring to see people just, like, what was the previous position? Like, he switched to development from?
I think he was doing something in the company. I'm not sure what it was, so Stas can for sure clarify that in comments. But the fact is, he wasn't doing the development. So he was really doing it from time to time and some simple tasks to cover for the absence of developers. Cool. But then the company just switched him to the role, which is like, the developer role. And this is inspiring example of how person can achieve a lot with pure power of the will and pure belief in himself, right? And this is really something awesome. This is perfect example of how you should become a developer if you have the settings in your company where you have developers.
That's very true.
And you are not a developer but want to do the switch.
Yeah, that's very true. It takes a lot of courage actually to just go for it and learn everything, because when you have like a full-time job, it's really hard to actually learn something on top of that and make the switch. So yeah, well done, well played.
Yeah. So I admire Stas for that, and I think he will help a lot of people in the future with his advice and how he did that and what he learns. So yeah, Stas, I'm always for you. I admire you very much. So these good words are pretty justified. Yep. So I would say we can wrap it up with the 30 minutes because you're having the call soon and probably you need to go and sip some like glass of water to rehydrate before the next hour of talking with awesome founders. Thanks a lot for jumping in for this stream. I tested a lot of interesting stuff and got the impression what shall be clarified. For example, the screen share. This is something I would like for my interviews. And thanks. Nice. Looking forward to our next UI and feedback sessions. And see you soon. And thanks to all the people who jumped in for this stream. It was quite spontaneous to test the setup. And thanks for all the nice words and for participating in the comments on YouTube. Thanks, guys.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Thanks, guys.
Bye, Jim, and bye, guys. See you soon.
Bye. Ciao.